I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning and welcome back to our second session of the Tulsa Law Review Symposium, honoring the life and work of the Honorable Aaron Barak. It is my distinct pleasure and honor this morning to introduce our next two speakers, Professor Owen Fiss from Yale Law School and Professor Sanford Levinson from the University of Texas School of Law. I have long been an admirer of the works and scholarship of both of these distinguished scholars, and I, like you, am looking forward to their comments and discussion. But if you will indulge me for a moment, I'd like to make a brief introduction of our two speakers this morning. Professor Owen Fiss is the Sterling Professor of Law at Yale Law School. Among his many accomplishments and professional experiences, Professor Fiss has clerked for Justice Thurgood Marshall when Justice Marshall was a judge on the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. He then later clerked for the Supreme Court Justice William Brennan. He served in the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice, and at Yale Law School, Professor Fiss teaches procedure, legal theory, constitutional law, as well as teaching a course on the law of democracy and a course on the war against terror and the rule of law. And he has published many books and articles on these subjects. His recent works include a book entitled Troubled Beginnings of the Modern State, Liberalism Divided, The Irony of Free Speech, and A Community of Equals, A Way Out of America's Ghettos and the Legacy of Racism. He also directs the law school's programs in Latin America and in the Middle East. Now, what some of you may not know is that Dean Levitt and her husband Ken were students of Professor Fiss, and Dean Levitt has many times described to me what a remarkable, even transformative experience she had in Professor Fiss's class.
Because I introduced her to Kenny.
That's exactly right. But she also says nice things about you, too. And she said that his your mentorship really helped shape the scope and focus of her legal career. I have no doubt many of his students feel the same way, and I ask you to join me in welcoming Professor Fiss here this morning. Our second speaker is Professor Sandy Levinson. He is the W. St. John Garwood and St. John Garwood Jr. Centennial Chair in Law at the University of Texas School of Law. Professor Levinson joined the faculty at the University of Texas Law School in 1980, and I believe he is also a professor in the Department of Government at the University of Texas. Professor Levinson is a prolific and accomplished author, having written more than 250 articles and books in professional and popular journals. Professor Levinson is also the author of 4 books, Constitutional Faith, which was the winner of the Scribes Award, Written in Stone, Public Monuments in Changing Societies, also Wrestling with Diversity, and most recently, Our Undemocratic Constitution, Where the Constitution Goes Wrong and How We, the People, Can Correct It. He has also edited and co-edited a leading constitutional law casebook, Processes of Constitutional Decision-Making, as well as works on torture, a collection which was printed in 2004 and revised in 2006, which includes reflections on the morality, law, and politics of torture from a variety of disciplinary perspectives. He has also taught a law entitled Torture, Law, and Lawyers, which he taught at Harvard Law School. I know I'm going to be looking forward to his comments and discussions this morning, so please join me in welcoming Professor Levinson.